A lot of us in the room, we've obviously seen Avro Condominiums, we've seen the location, which is why we're here, but we're just talking more so about the project, the developer, and why this is more of an opportunity. So this is actually brought to you by Starion Realty. So our brokerage, I'm the president of the brokerage and the broker of record. You have Gita here, who's one of our sales representatives, and also Nick, who's coming in shortly. We also have Susan, who's here. She's from National Bank, and she's our advisor, mortgage advisor for this project. So if you have questions about financing or how to get pre-approved or get a mortgage come 2019, that should be the best person to talk to. What we really are about here is location, location, location. So if we move to the next slide, we'll talk about the developer very quickly. The developer has been in the industry for quite a few. They've managed quite a few properties in the city, and they have a huge portfolio of properties. So land, commercial, real estate, and as well as residential. And this is a pretty new foray for them as well, but they've had, again, good experience in the US and in Canada with managing condominiums, commercial properties, and this would definitely be another great project for them to have on your books. All right. So life at the speed of easy. Easy is something that I tag to be your ability to get to work, to school, play, or anywhere else just by hopping on a train or any kind of transit, right? So, and that's what you have here. So right here, you're very close to the Downsview subway station. And as you know, if you've read this, it says 2-minute walk to the subway station. But if you walk like me, it's probably 30 seconds. It's too, but I walk pretty fast, so it's probably less than 2 minutes to the subway station. But this becomes a very prime addition to why a lot of people are raving about this project. So Downsview subway station again is right there. Avro Condominiums, as you can see, is right across the street from where we are right now. So this is less than 30 minutes to Union Station from Downsview subway station. So as you can imagine, young professionals, millennials, whoever lives in this area that would like to work or party or play downtown, it's 30 minutes to the downtown core. And this is probably the most absolute part of this project that I love. The connectivity here is what really sells the project. And when you think about where the city's going in terms of transit, this is really what is selling Avro Condominiums. And that's why we have close to right now 500 worksheets for this project, which means that your being here is an opportunity you want to jump on right away. And if you look at that map and you think of where transit is going again, the Yonge and Spadina subway extension, which will be ready by the end of this year, is so critical to any real estate in the city. So I don't know if you follow in the news, but if you want to be at the prime spot of let's say earnings or your return on investment, you want to be anything close to transit. And this again is pretty amazing. 15 minutes from Downsview subway station to York University. Again, easy for me is being close to any kind of academic institution. And this is definitely one of a kind. We know York University is probably the second or the third largest in Toronto and in Canada. And this, again, being close to York University sells for itself. Go Transit. I think this is, without a doubt, a no-brainer for a lot of us. 10 minutes to Yorkdale GO station, and that again means easy access to different parts of the city. The highway. Transit and commuting obviously is important, but being connected to the 401, east or west, is priceless. So, a lot of us know that, but one thing I would say again is if you want to be at the highest point of your return on investment, you want to be next to the highway. So this again shows you everything within reach, and again, parks, you have the grocery, you have even the health center. You're very close to the Vaughan Metropolitan subway station once you jump on the subway. You're also very close to Canada's Wonderland, as well as the new hospital that's being built on close to Jane and Major Mackenzie. So that's another prime opportunity for you buying here, because one hop on the Downsview subway station, you'll be at the VMC, and once you're at the VMC, you have access to those amenities around as well. Easy learning, so we've talked about that. York University, second largest in Ontario, third largest in Canada. And this just talks about the amount of, when I see 5,900 grads from this institution, to me, I see 5,900 tenants that can rent my unit, right? I'm an investor myself, so these numbers actually make a lot of sense to me. When I also see 7,000 faculty and staff, that means professionals that might want to live in the area in order to get to work easy, or they might even want to send your kids to York University. As you know, I went to York University. York offers free tuition if you're a staff. So obviously, if they have kids going to York University, it makes perfect sense for them to rent here. Easy to relax. We're very close to Downsview Park. So if you drove in today, if you look around you, even if you look out right now, you can see a little bit of that space. So that's pretty amazing. And all the amenities and cultural facilities, concerts, year-round events that also goes on at the park means that you're close to all the fun. You have the farmers market that happens during the summer. So if you're a foodie, like maybe me or Gita, you can definitely take advantage of this. You have the hangar. So this just shows you all the amenities in the area. The hoop, the Grand Prix go-karts, and Yorkdale. So this, for a lot of people, most likely my wife, makes a lot of sense. And easy shopping. We know Yorkdale and we know what it offers. So this again is amazing from that perspective. All right, and these are some of the retailers in the area. You can't go wrong. If you've driven here again, it makes perfect sense. Okay, so what you have is 14 stories, 180 luxury suites. And with this project again, I'll go into the details shortly, but you have maintenance at a really, really low price right now, just because you don't have one thing, which is a pool. So on average, with a lot of condominiums, high rise, low rise, the moment you have a pool in there, changes the game when it comes to maintenance. Because year after year after year, you have to keep maintaining the pool, and in a lot of cases, it drives up cost significantly. All right. So this is the lobby, very modern, and they really paid attention to the crowd in the area and the people that they want to attract to live in this building. So very modern and very young and futuristic, in my opinion. This is a party room, a rendering of the party room. A rooftop lounge. This, for me, makes a whole lot of sense. And for a lot of investors and even people that would like to live in the building, makes perfect sense. Just because, you know, with a lot of buildings these days, you don't really have a spot that creates a community. This creates a community, and it affords you the opportunity to hang around, talk to different people, network if you want. And I can imagine us having our next sales event on this rooftop. Right? That'd be cool. All right. Contemporary design with lots of spectacular amenities. Again, you have the barbecue station, outdoor dining, party room, fitness center. You have the lobby, 24-hour concierge, a washroom, mail room, elevators. Dog wash, so the building is dog friendly, bicycle storage, and also a dog run. That's pretty impressive. So with all the amenities in here, and this is the dog run, just so you know, and with all the amenities in here, it makes a whole lot of sense why you should purchase into this project. Extra amenities: a terrace lounge, indoor lounge, a cabanas, washrooms, and a sun lounge. So come summer, a lot of us would want a tan. You can obviously do that here. Suite interiors, very modern, again, like I said, caters to a very young millennial contemporary crowd, and this does it for me. So this is a typical one-bedroom plus den or a media room. This could be your media room, and this is how it's a clean layout, very functional. So for me, when I look at a project, the way the building is shaped determines how your suite would also be shaped. So in this case, clean, you can easily define what's the living space and what's the kitchenette and also what's your dining space, but still have room to do other things. So, and this is a typical one plus media. All right, so this is a key plate and how it spreads across this whole project. So you, obviously, as you know, we have the 1+ media, 1 bedroom, 1+ flex. Your 1+ flex, for me, is almost a 2-bedroom. Except that it's a den, but it's sizable enough to fit a bedroom. and it also has a sliding door, so you can actually have that to be a room. I went to York University, like I said. I lived in a space that was smaller than 475 square foot. So if you really want to think about the flex and what I've seen, you could fit a tenant in there, for sure. So here we have a rendering of the 1 bed plus 1 bath, the smallest unit, the Dakota, very functional, and also gives you the opportunity to have this rented easily to a young professional or a student or new grad or whoever is maybe starting out newly. 1 bed plus flex. So this is exactly what I was talking about. So your flex could fit a couch or a couch bed in it. Doesn't have a ton of room in it, but obviously could fit a sizable bed if you want to turn it into a guest room or whatever you want it to be. But it's, again, a space that is very functional and that you should definitely take advantage of buying into this project. You have the Avenger. Again, very functional. You have lots of space that's not wasted at all. Coming in, you have your bathroom, you have your cloakroom, you have the washer dryer looking down the hallway. You also have your kitchen and dining area here, and then you have your living room. So it's a little sectioned off, and then you have the balcony. Lots of light coming into the unit. The other bedroom, which is the master bedroom with the ensuite, has access to has a balcony if you're on the 4th, 12th, or 13th floor, and makes it a whole lot more impressive because you have natural light coming into the unit. So that's your 2+2. With this project, the one thing I'd like to say in closing remark before I bring up Susan is if you got the email from us, we've been telling everyone to submit their worksheets. So we have quite a lot of worksheet. Today also gives you an opportunity to do that. And I've told quite a few of us about some of the units that you're more so favored to get an allocation for immediately. Nonetheless, all the other suites, you do have an opportunity with those. We will have to deal with the developer to get you your preferred unit, so to say. So if you're still looking for one plus den with 2 bath, or whatever the situation is, we can work to get you those units. But your 2 bedroom, 2 bath, the larger ones right now are the ones that you're more favored to get right away. So signing starts tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. And once we have all your worksheets and driver's licenses, we're going to be calling everyone in to sign if we have a unit allocated to you starting tomorrow. All right? So do anyone have questions? We're thinking about them? Okay, so I'll call up Susan. Susan's just going to go through your financing options if you decide to go that route with National Bank. They have an amazing rates, which is why we work with them, for investors as well as for end users. So whatever category you fit into, she will be able to tell you how to move forward.
My name is Susan Williams. I work for National Bank. If you're not familiar with National Bank, it's been in Canada for 150 years. It started in Quebec, and now it's across Canada. We don't have a branch in every corner, but we do have branches spread out. So if you're like me, I have a son that's going to university in September, and I'd like to help get him a starter home. So there's one way I can do that. I can either save up his down payment, 2 ways. I can either save up his down payment for him, which I don't know what property will cost in 4 years. Or I can take equity out of my home, because I own a house in Toronto, and purchase a condo for him and let him eventually take over the mortgage. That's, if you need to help your kids. If you're buying property for the first time, that's excellent, because that means you have some kind of down payment, which you have to show the bank that you have. And then you can get a conventional mortgage or a mortgage with a secured credit line, which is also good because rates are at historical lows. So if you get a mortgage now, it's quite excellent because, you're paying under 3% for it. We have mortgages for new Canadians. If you've been in the country 5 years or less, if you put down 35%, We'll give you a loan of 65%, but you do have to show that you have principal and interest for the year. Or you can just get a conventional mortgage if you don't want to go that route. We have high net worth products where you can, if you have assets, stocks, property, things like that, if you can show you have 1.5 times the mortgage amount you're asking for, we'll give you a mortgage. Do you have any questions? We also will just give you a straight mortgage, 30 years amortization if that's what you want, providing you qualify. And once we pull your credit, everything is in order. Contact me if you have any questions. I'm happy to do some research and get back to you.
If you have questions, you can reach out to myself, Nick, or Gita. And if you obviously are looking to get more information about the developer or financing, you should reach out to Susan. I believe she has a card here today, so you want to grab one of those. But for the meantime, for the time being, we're here to help you complete your worksheets and get you ready for Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday.